Well, hello there, strategy fans, and welcome to yet another battle in the game Pike and Shot. We are still fighting in the English Civil War, guys, and we are still fighting as the Royalists. As you can see here, Prince Rupert, the Scots have invaded England in alliance with Parliament. Their combined forces were besieging York, but you have succeeded in bypassing them and relieving the city. Though your forces are outnumbered, you have written orders from the King, which you believe require you to defeat the allied Parliamentarian and Scottish army forthwith. You have therefore deployed your forces opposite those of the rebels outside of the city of Marston Moor. So we're going to go ahead, guys. We are going to fight the Battle of Marston Moor now. So we're probably going to lose. We are greatly outnumbered. However, as you guys can see, this is going to be quite an interesting battle because we have a tremendous amount of numbers. So it says here their troops outnumbers yours considerably, but the Scottish foot are inexperienced and their horse are poorly equipped. On our left, there are enclosed fields which may slow the advance of the enemy horse. Your forces face the allied Parliamentarian and Scottish forces. There's a ditch and a hedge, which has some defensive value. This is something to consider big time. And the Parliamentarian horse are of better quality. And of course, one of them is led by Oliver Cromwell, which we have to be very careful about facing. Now, we do have a force selection. I believe we can go ahead and add maybe some commanded shot. No, we're just going to go ahead and get started. We do not have any selection since this is obviously just a pre-planning. And as you can see, the battle has begun. Now, the first thing I'm going to do, guys, you can see that we have a ton of pike and shot already here ready to face us. I want to get our forces up to this hedge as soon as possible. So I'm going to go ahead and start moving them up and really just hopefully be able to open fire on the advancing Parliamentarian and Scottish forces that are threatening the crown. Actually, I really like the starting position of this battle. I really do. I want to stay behind this hedge and basically just form a defensive line, a defensive barrier if I can. Certainly if I can get there in time. I would love to have had more musketeers for this battle, but we just don't. So we're going to have to rely on our pikemen, the royal pikemen, and hope that they can make all the difference here. We're going to keep moving these guys up. And like I said, I want to take position here in this sort of defended location. We'll move these troops up, of course. And we have to be careful because Oliver Cromwell is in this position here, and I don't want to go and tackle him head on. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to move these men up and take a position behind this, these sort of bushes, trees, whatever you want to call them, and maybe even do the same with my cavalier units. In fact, I'm not going to charge into the enemy. I'm going to let them attack us. So we're going to go ahead and get all of these men prepared, just basically moving them all into position to face these Scots Parliamentarians. And this is the battle that made Oliver Cromwell extremely well respected as a cavalry leader and just as a general. In general, I've never said that together, but yeah, general in general. Obviously, he was a member of Parliament beforehand, but he did have some sway, not nearly as much as he did after this battle was fought. So we need to be very careful of that left flank, and really of all our flanks in this little conflict here. I want to make sure we have all of our forces up, and we'll start bringing this horse force over here. Horse force. That sounds really weird to say. And I still want to just bring them up to the center and sort of have them hold their position. I want basically everybody holding their position behind this defensive trench. There's really no need to leave. Obviously, with horses, it's probably better to send them elsewhere because they could obviously try to rout the enemy, but I want to be very, very careful in this battle. I will send a few horses, maybe 3 or something, over there to the right flank and see if we can't flank the enemy with them. But for the most part, I'm just going to go ahead and continue forming that defensive line. So let's go ahead and get these guys up. There's really no need to even have these pikemen all the way back here, so let's go ahead and move them up too. Wow, so many units in this battle. I don't think I've ever fought a battle in pike and shot that is so large. I find it both exciting, but very terrifying. This is just a massive amount of men. All right, let's go. Get the rest of these guys up too. We want to make it up to this defensive line as quickly as we can, and that's maybe the only reason that I would move the horsemen up past these infantry units to sort of get in front of the enemy and stop them. I'll give them some cannon fodder to focus on and stop them from charging this area. Let's go ahead and get these cavaliers up too, and I believe we can go ahead and end our turn and leave it to the Parliamentarian enemy. Alright, the residual shooting phase. Now, obviously, this is going to be reserved for the enemy army. Might get some cannon shot on us, but that's about it. Wow, they actually managed to disrupt a single cavalry unit just with one cannon shot. That's not a good sign. It means that our men are not exactly very confident in themselves in this battle, and I don't blame them. They just don't have that many men defending them. But there we go. So the men are moving forward, and our musket men are actually opening fire on them already. It's a pretty good sign. If we can keep this up, the battle may go in our favor. So The real crucial point is stopping them before they cross this field. And I think the only way we can do that is by trying to do as much damage to them as possible before they make any moves. We're going to let them move up. Hopefully in our residual shooting phase we can get even more shots off, which would be really, really great. And we can get those pikemen into formation. Let's see what Oliver Cromwell does over there on the left flank. Forces of Parliament are coming towards us. Traitors, all of them, I say. Well, we should crush them. Okay, there we go. Wow. Oh, shit. Alright, there comes Oliver Cromwell. He's already come out, and you can see he is ready to kick some ass. His guys are just almost on top of us already. A huge, huge amount of horse. So we want to get that other horse that we had over here, the cavalry we had over here, to try to face them if possible. Because this is going to get ugly if we don't do something about it. You can see, look at that massive amount of horsemen. No wonder Oliver Cromwell was known as a great cavalry leader. Alright, we also have some musketeers moving up, which I don't really like. Oof. Alright, I can already tell, guys, this is going to be one ugly battle. Okay, here we go. Residual shooting phase. I'm hoping to get some great shots off here. Wow, that's not me, that's the enemy. Ow. Wow, okay. That did not go as planned. It is now our turn, guys. It's our turn to go ahead and get everybody set up here and hopefully stop this cavalry charge once and for all. We'll get these veteran cavaliers. I don't think they can actually do anything right now, so I'd rather get the pikemen up. Let's go ahead and focus fire on this guy right here. Go ahead and move this guy up. Really, we just want to focus fire on one unit until they break. Sort of force them to get the hell out of here, and we'll move this cavalry unit back here. There's no need for them to be where they are. The rest of these guys just really have to hold their position as best they can. Okay, let's take a look over here. First, I want to finish off this volley. But I wouldn't mind assisting these guys in sort of shooting the cavalry that seems to be charging directly at us. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. We got one shot off on the cavalry. I'm hoping that our horse can attack, but as you can see, they wouldn't be very effective even if they did. So we're going to keep these guys in position. We'll just open fire. Let's see if these horse can attack. We have a little better chance here to win this charge. So we're going to go ahead and charge. Now, this is a risky move, I'll admit, but it was pretty indecisive, pretty even. This is probably a chance to get these cavaliers up too, which are definitely going to do. Hopefully the enemy doesn't charge on our guys here. Let's go ahead and once again open up on these enemies. Probably want to open up on the ones that are closest to us right here. Let's see. Alright, we're going to go for a charge against these men here. That was bad. So as you can see, our men actually had to fall back. Didn't go as planned. We're going to go ahead and charge this unit. Actually, we'll charge this unit over here. And very indecisive once again, so we want to get this cavalry up quickly to face the enemy and to assist, basically, in this attack. So let's go ahead and send these guys up. Would be cool. Can we attack them? No, we can't. But we can start moving up on these dragoons. Bastards! Now, if we can get into close proximity with the dragoons, I do believe we can do quite a lot of damage. But I can't be certain about that until it actually happens. So let's go ahead and, for now, just be careful. See what else we can do with these guys. I think we fired with all of our pikemen. We'll send this cavalry unit over here. And we could actually charge, but, yeah, we wouldn't have a very good chance of winning because our unit is already pretty badly damaged. And let's move the pikemen up. Beautiful. More pikemen. Like I said, guys, I'm just taking cover here. I'm not going crazy. I'm not going to charge into their lines unless absolutely necessary. I'm just going to hold the line, let them come to us. Basically, we'll just be cutting down their men as they move forward. That's what I want to happen. I have a very solid line here so far. Let's keep going. And I may be able to harass them, especially on this right flank over here. I may be able to harass some of their units, so I'm going to go ahead and start firing if I can. On the cavalry units. If not, that's alright, we can wait, but we will basically get started on an attack on the units, on the enemy's right flank here, because I want to weaken it. I don't want it also being a problem like our left flank is in terms of cavalry. So we're going to move all these cavaliers up and really try to lull the enemy into attacking them, and in which case we will go ahead and have these units ready to open fire on the enemy troops, which is going to be beautiful. Let's go ahead and keep moving these guys up. Love to move these musketeers up into a better position. Go ahead and move them here. And, yes, let's turn them this way. This way we have a solid line of shot for the enemy to deal with. Let's go ahead. What do we have here? Veteran Cavaliers. I think we moved all these guys. We moved these guys too. And we could certainly move the rest of these Cavaliers up. Even these guys right here if we want. And we could maybe even be able to use these guys in a charge later on. But for now, I'd rather move them all over here to the right flank if they can go there and face Cromwell's incoming cavalry units. We'll bring some of these guys up as reserves, but the rest of these cavalry are going over here. And we're even going to send one of these spear units, well, these pike units, gotta stop calling them spear units, over here to assist in Cromwell's very, very frightening attack, which is on the way. Alright, let's get these guys up. Pikemen, I don't think we need any more reinforcements. Although, I'm feeling pretty confident in this line. Besides Cromwell's attack, I'm feeling pretty confident. So I'm going to keep sending these cavalry over here. The ones that aren't needed, the rest of them, we might as well go ahead and send them for this attack over here on the enemy's right flank. So anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that first video of Marston Moor as the Royalists. Of course, we're going to be doing more videos on this particular series. I love the support I'm getting. Keep giving me that support. Keep posting down below in the comments, letting me know what you want to see, how you want me to take on the enemy troops. But right now, we have a cool defensive line, and I hope it stands against these Parliamentarian and Scottish rebels. Thanks for watching, guys, and have an awesome day.